Hi everyone, welcome back to Job One for All. This is the last video about exceptions, finally, and we are going to talk about something that's more for people that are studying for taking the Oracle exam, or people that are applying for jobs and they are doing those kind of tests that are pretty tricky. So the topic we are going to talk about now is when we have exceptions in methods and we are overriding these methods. So what are the rules that we have in these kind of situations? So for that, let's go to the exception package, domain, new, and you go to Java class, and let's do the following. Let's create a class called person. And person will have only one method, public void save, and save may throw login invalid exception, for example, just as an example, and file not found exception. It's one hell of save. Now we have these two exceptions and the method signature, and we are going to create a new class. This class will be called employee, and the employee class extends person. And be careful with the package you are importing. Person, since it's the employee actually is inheriting the save here, we don't have to override, but I want to override that method, so I can create public void save. And as you can see, at least we don't have any compilation errors. Let's see how the test works. Now, PSVM, and imagine that we are creating two objects. One is person, package O exception, new person. If I call person.save, we will have to either throw or surround with try catch. And as you can see, we have two exceptions. Now, if I create an employee from package O exception and I call the save method, you will notice that it just executes normally. So this is the first rule. When you are overriding, it's not mandatory for you to throw exactly the same exception. So you can choose to not throw any exceptions at all at your new method. And that's because when you are overriding, you are changing the behavior entirely. So there is no guarantee that those exceptions will be in this code that you are writing. So this is the first rule. The second one, you can decide to throw only one of them. So I could say that, okay, this one, it will not throw login, but it will throw file not found exception. And then, of course, you have to surround the save method with file not found exception. So you can either choose to not throw any at all, or one of them, or any of the runtime exceptions, including runtime and its subclasses. So I could either just remove at all this one, for example, throw runtime exception or arithmetic exception. And since they are not required to be handled, we could technically remove everything. Or you can include the one that you have there, file not found exception, plus any of the runtime exceptions. Now, going back here, another rule is you cannot throw any exceptions that are checked that are not declared in the original method. So for example, I cannot throw another checked exception, let's say exception, because it's checked and it was not declared in the original one inside person. I cannot even throw only that one. So when you are talking about checked exceptions, you can only throw the exceptions that were declared in the original method. And the last one is you cannot choose a more generic, it means a superclass of the ones that you have declared. For example, I cannot throw IO exception because the one I chose there was file not found. But if I change here file not found to IO exception, I can throw either IO exception or any of the subclasses of file of IO exception, for example, file not found exception. So basically, these are the rules that you have to be careful when you are overriding and you have throws in the original signature. But most of the time, you don't have to worry about it because, well, if you're writing your own code here and the code is throwing a checked exception, you will notice because the compiler will tell you, and you just have to add to the method signature. But apart from that, this is more for like people that are taking exams or applying for jobs where they have tricky questions. Cool. So with this, we finally finished exceptions. Let's move forward, and I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Bye.